The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
SEC Chair Gary Gensler stirring things up again with cautions for the crypto market. In an interview with the Financial Times today, he said the crypto industry won't last long outside a regulatory framework. He reiterated that a number of cryptocurrencies can be deemed as securities and called on crypto trading platforms to register with the SEC. Nick Day, Managing Editor of Global Policy and Regulation, is here with us now to talk about this and some other stuff. Good morning, Nick. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, hanging in there. So, yeah, we heard Gary Gensler says crypto should be asking for permission, not forgiveness. What gives, man? What's up with that?
I mean, I don't know that this is necessarily anything new, right? And even going back to Jay Clayton, Gary Gensler's predecessor, the SEC has always had a reach out to us if you have any kind of questions approach, at least one that they've publicly espoused. The whole FinHub division of the SEC is in fact meant to answer these questions if people are trying to launch some kind of a crypto product, whether that's a token or a new project, or if they have a startup that might at some point use a crypto token. The SEC has always had this position that you should reach out to them and ask them questions, get their permission, and basically get their kind of approval that they're not going to come after you for an enforcement action a couple years down the line.
So when former chair Jay Clayton left and Gary Gensler came in, there was broad excitement in the crypto industry that, hey, here's someone who gets it. Has there been anything to reflect a change in approach from the SEC under Gensler, or was that just sort of wishful thinking by the crypto industry that had grown tired of Clayton's tenure at the SEC?
I think it's a combination, but I wrote I want to say in the spring, but Gary Gensler knowing crypto doesn't necessarily mean he's going to enact a favorable crypto regulatory regime. And the actions and the statements he's made since then kind of indicated that what the SEC will do is have a more sophisticated approach to some of these issues. It's going to DeFi being the biggest example. Maybe the SEC did not really publicly comment much on DeFi in the last year, but last couple of months, they're suddenly going all in. They're taking enforcement actions. They're calling companies, decentralized finance tech firms. It's much more, I don't want to say necessarily sophisticated is the right word, but it's, much more robust, much more advanced than what we saw, 4 years ago or even 3 years ago.
Hey, Nick, I heard those police sirens
coming for somebody. Yeah,
I heard those police sirens and it reminded me, something happened with Tether, right? Something with us, the CoinDesk and the courts. You got something to say about that?
Yeah, so yesterday, Tether filed a petition to stop the New York Attorney General's office from responding to a Freedom of Information Law request that I originally filed around 3 or 4 months ago. In that request, on behalf of CoinDesk, I asked for specifically the documents detailing Tether's reserve composition and trying to verify that those are identical to what Tether's published since, based on comments that you made by Tether's general counsel, Stu Hoegner, that whatever they sent to the NYAG, they would publish to the public as well.
Yeah, those were things that they said they would publish. Did they ever give a timeline as to when they would publish, or they just said we're going to make it public at some point?
Well, they said they would make future filings public. So they have published, I think, 2 so far, and that seems to be in line with what they said, back in March. But the question I have is, we're in an industry where the big phrase is "don't trust, verify." Here's me trying to verify that what they're publishing is indeed identical to what they're sending the NYAG's office. And more importantly, that it's what they sent the NYAG's office over the past 2 years during the investigation into whether or not Tether misled its customers by providing a loan to its sister company, Bitfinex.
Nick, there's also been some news from the NYDFS.
Yeah, so New York Governor Katie Hochul, who just took office in the last week, has nominated Adrian Harris, a professor and former economic advisor to former President Barack Obama, as the new head of the New York Department of Financial Services. And what's really kind of stood out to me is Miss Harris, or Professor Harris rather, has been a player in the crypto industry. She's an advisor on the board of directors to the Digital Dollar Project, headed up by former CFTC chair Christian Carlo and others. But she's also testified, I think, before Congress. So she is someone who has experience in the crypto industry, coming in to head one of the most important state financial regulators that has crypto ties.